October is quickly approaching and it's absolutely stacked for new Nintendo Switch games. I got a lot of bangers to talk about, so we're just gonna jump straight into it. If this is your first time on the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, but without any further ado, let's talk about the upcoming games for the month of October for your Nintendo Switch. And we're starting things off with a banger title, that being Overwatch 2 on October 4th. Now, the original Overwatch was a phenomenon, I feel like, and of course since then we've had a lot of games come along that sort of emulate what Overwatch did. And so Overwatch is actually having to pivot with Overwatch 2 by making it a free-to-play game. Now the game still visually looks great, and I'm sure the gameplay with all the different types of characters that you can choose from will still be really solid, but I think it'll be interesting to see how much nickel and diming they're going to go with in Overwatch 2, considering it is now a free-to-play game, and free-to-play games kind of live and die based on the different sorts of monetization that you can do outside of the main game itself, such as skins and different things like that. But I do think Overwatch 2 will be a really fun time. I'll be curious to see how the Nintendo Switch version of the game holds up, considering, well, it's obviously being designed for other platforms as well, but I have a lot of faith in this game. Overwatch 2 comes out on October 4th, and I mean, it's free, so you might as well play it. Before we get into the next game on our list, we have to talk about something very important: the penis. As we get older, things tend to not work quite as good as they used to. You gotta blow on your video games to make them work. Keep your engine nice and lubed with oil to keep it running right. But as men get older, some things in life, well, need a little more than just blowing on and some lube to keep things running optimally. Enter Blue Chew, which makes it easier than ever to keep your mini you running at optimal condition. Blue Chew's tablets have the same active ingredient found in other ED pills such as Viagra, but are offered at a fraction of the price and in chewable form. Their subscription service is easy to use, as you don't have to visit a local doctor or anything. Everything is handled online, and the tablets are sent discreetly to you in individual packs to use at any time. Plus, you can cancel your subscription at any time, no questions asked. So head on over to getbluechew.com/RGT85 and use promo code RGT85 to get your first month free, or $20 off your upgraded plan using the promo code, or click the link in the description box down below. Let's be real, sex is pretty fun, so why not keep the party going? Huge thanks to Blue Chew for sponsoring today's video. On October 6th, Nier Automata, the End of Yara edition, is coming out on the Switch, and this was a game that had been rumored to be coming out, and now it is finally coming. This is an interesting game because I've actually never played Nier Automata, and so many people have told me that I would like this game. So many people have told me that this is my style of game, and I'm just like, oh, okay. It's obviously done by Platinum Games and Square Enix before they made the whole Babylon's Fall fiasco. But Nier Automata basically has you playing as an android character. Actually, there's a couple different android characters you play as in sort of a pseudo-action RPG style game that focuses both on the gameplay and the story. Now, this version of the game for the Nintendo Switch has all of the previous DLC. It actually has some exclusive DLC in terms of costumes as well, if you're a big fan of the franchise. But I think everyone is wondering how, once again, much like Overwatch 2, how this game will indeed perform on the Nintendo Switch, because action games kind of live and die based on things like frame rate and input lag and stuff like that. I think it'll be interesting to see. I might actually try to check this game out and get a review copy for you guys, because like I said, I've never played it before, and I guess it's time that I finally play it. Nier Automata, the End of Yara edition, comes out on October 6th. On October 7th, yet another ambitious game is coming out for the Switch, and that is No Man's Sky. Now, when No Man's Sky first came out, it was also called No Man's Lie, because Hello Games, who is the company behind this game, overpromised and definitely underdelivered with this game. But as time has gone on, this game has been building, and actually nowadays, it's pretty much what it was promised to be at the launch of the game. Granted, it took quite a few years. That's a conversation for another day, because I don't like stuff like that. But now the game is up and running in the proper way that it should have been running on day one. But once again, we have the Nintendo Switch version of the game, and I'm wondering how this is all going to work. You're basically in outer space. You can fly to different planets, create your own little colonies and stuff like that, battle different enemies. I like the premise. I think the premise of the game is cool, but the Nintendo Switch version of the game will not be launching with the online portion. It's just launching with the single player portion. That to me seems like a bit of a missed opportunity. I feel like this game could potentially be dead on arrival, but maybe it'll be good enough running on the Switch to make it so that it's actually worthwhile, as the Switch doesn't have a lot of games like this. October 7th, No Man's Sky. Maybe you should check out the skies. On October 14th, Nickelodeon Kart Racers 3 is coming out, and they've done a lot of these games. There's been a lot of Nickelodeon Kart Racers, far more Nickelodeon Kart Racers than Mario Kart Racers. Obviously, they're not the same sort of quality. It's a joke. Put down your pitchforks, Nintendo fans. But Nickelodeon Kart Racers is obviously a franchise that has been building over time, and it seems like it's starting to really find its footing. And it has the battle modes that Mario Kart has. It has a great variety of tracks, a ton of different Nickelodeon characters from a lot of older stuff and newer stuff too. I'm more interested in the older characters because I'm an old man. Ren and Stimpy, I see you. Reptar, oh, Reptar is cool. But I think this game has a lot of potential. You know, kart racing games generally are fun, and when they include online multiplayer and online multiplayer battle modes, I mean, you're gonna have a good time. Nickelodeon Kart Racers 3 comes out on October 14th. Also on October 14th, we have NASCAR Rivals if you haven't gotten enough racing action. And you know what? I'm interested in this game. When I was a wee RGT, I was like 10 or 11 years old, I went to a NASCAR race at the Rock in Rockingham, North Carolina, and it was absolutely terrifying. A bunch of drunk rednecks yelling for people to crash into the wall and like die. There was fights all over the place. You peed on a wall in the bathroom that like went into a little drain trough thing there. It was terrifying, but as time has gone on, I've grown an appreciation for NASCAR. I think the modern NASCAR era has a lot of personalities, and it's actually kind of fun to watch nowadays. And plus, I like driving fast. There's not a lot of NASCAR games, if any, on the Nintendo Switch, so maybe NASCAR Rivals will be able to fill a slot when it comes out on October 14th. Arguably the biggest game for the month of October is, of course, Mario & Rabbids Spark of Hope, which comes out on October 20th, and this game looks damn good. This game looks damn good. This is one of the most visually impressive games that I've seen for the Switch thus far this year, and I think this game is going to be a really fun game as well. It's essentially Mario characters in an XCOM style game with Rabbids, who we used to hate Rabbids, but now Rabbids are a little bit more tolerable. You know, you can stick Mario with something and it makes anything a little bit more tolerable because you know the game is going to look good and you know the game is going to play good. I'm definitely very excited to play this game. I think there's going to be lots of surprises in terms of characters that you come across, in terms of the levels that you traverse, and of course that XCOM gameplay style. It never really gets old, man. It never really gets old. It's a tried and true formula, and I think adding in the whole Mario aspect of the game really makes it fun. Mario & Rabbids Spark of Hope on October 20th, probably my second most anticipated game for the month of October. On October 21st, we have new Tales from the Borderlands. Remember, Telltale, they're back, and not in POG form. That was a big thing. Remember when Telltale went away and everyone was crying and stuff, but now they're back. Now, like I said before, I'm not a huge fan of Telltale games unless I'm a fan of the source material. Jurassic Park was good, Batman was good, Back to the Future was good. I don't care about Borderlands, but I do know that there's a lot of people like Jordan Fringe who love the Borderlands series, and they find these Telltale games to be fun because it sort of explores the Borderlands characters, or at least creates a story within the Borderlands universe with that traditional humor. I will be skipping out on this game, but it seems like a lot of people are excited for it, so I figured I'd mention it when it comes out on October 21st. Also on October 21st is yet another game I'm going to skip out on, but it is Persona 5 Royal Edition. Yes, Joker is coming to the Nintendo Switch, and it's not just in Smash Brothers. Persona is just a franchise I can never get into. I've kind of tried. I've never really delved deep into it, but Persona 5 Royal is finally coming to the Switch. This was supposedly a game that would never come to the platform, and I think it's going to be interesting to see the reception, especially considering that this was a PlayStation game. It's also coming out on Xbox, and it's going to be on Xbox Game Pass, but I still feel like Nintendo Switch owners are going to buy this game in droves. Even people who own an Xbox will still probably pick up Persona 5 Royal for the Switch because they want to show Atlas like, yo, put your damn games on this system. This is an RPG platform, let's be real. So to make people wait for so long for whatever arbitrary reason, it could be a Sony exclusive thing that we just don't know about, we want to support these games. So, you know, if you're a Persona fan, this is a big win for you. I'm sure you've already played this game, but it'll be nice to play it again once you're taking a dump on your Nintendo Switch, and this game comes out on October 21st. October 23rd is a game that you should not buy because there's a demo on it and it does not play well, and that is Resident Evil Village Cloud. I went ahead and tried this out. You know, these whole cloud games coming to us, Resident Evil cloud games. I love Resident Evil. I've beaten 2, 3, all the remakes, 7, 8. I love the games, but cloud versions suck. And they don't work well. And I thought maybe this game would work well. And I don't know why I thought that. There's a free demo available. It ran like absolute diarrhea for me. Like there was just frame rate drops, frame rate skips all over the place, input lag, and I was literally right next to my router, so that's an unacceptable thing. I could play online games all the time, streaming games, cloud games all the time. I've played PlayStation 3 streaming games with no problems on my PlayStation 5. I've done xCloud stuff, and this game just doesn't run well. Don't buy it on the Switch on October 23rd. And finally, my most anticipated game for the month of October comes out on October 28th, Bayonetta 3. Let's freaking go, folks. I love Bayonetta. Bayonetta 1 is great. I kind of like Bayonetta 2 a little bit more than Bayonetta 1. You know, that's kind of a bit of a sacrilege thing to say for a lot of people. They prefer the first game, whatever. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, Bayonetta kicks ass. You know, it's a fun action game with huge combos in it, a fast and fluid gameplay system, interesting characters, beautiful visuals, interesting set pieces that you come across, big, huge freaking bosses and stuff. Like, it's a dope game. It's a super fun game, and it's not necessarily a game that you would expect Nintendo to have their hand in with this. It's been a long wait for Bayonetta 3. That initial trailer scared a lot of people, but I think the subsequent trailers that we've gotten for this game look very good. There's new characters going to be in the game as well. I'm all for this game. Bring it to me. I'm very excited for it. Bayonetta 3 on October 28th. Now that's all we have for confirmed stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if GoldenEye comes out in October though for the Nintendo Switch Online service, and I think that would be a big win because I want to play that game online with my friends and yell at them for cheating and being, you know, for being cheap and stuff like that, because that's what I do when I lose. I blame the other person. I'm not gonna blame myself. I'm not going to blame myself. But those are the upcoming Nintendo Switch games for October that we definitely know about. And I think it's a pretty stout list. Let me know in the comment section down below what games you plan on picking up. And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. Hit the bell as well. Huge thank you to Blue Chew for sponsoring today's video. You know, if you need a little assistance, like, get it going, man. Get it going. Go. Bah! Bah! And that's what I do when I'm in bed. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.